Welcome to episode 6 of Hops and Dragons. Happy Halloween.
Woo!
Tonight, a crown that drips blood would totally be useful, right? What is the scariest rule in D&D? How do you award treats in your game? That and more.
But first we drink. I'm a professional, I swear. All right,
Professional.
let's see if I can get one now this tonight. Not bad.
That's not bad.
Wasn't the worst.
Wasn't worst. Wasn't best. I'll take it.
So tonight's are we gonna rock the hats through the sponsor? Sure, why not? Let's do it.
Sure.
Although I don't know if mine's gonna last that long.
That's fine.
All right, so tonight's sponsor, Nine Penny Brewing here in Newfoundland, out in CBS. For those of you that are local, the beer tonight is newly released. I should start making use of my Zoom a little
Newly
bit more.
re-released?
Newly re-released is with my face in the background, and it's backwards. I forgot because I have mine flipped. It is the Porter. Tilly, you can throw that up and show people what it is.
I will. I screwed up pouring this though so bad.
You usually do though, don't you?
Oh, I'm the worst. I'm the worst at pouring beer.
So, given the fact that we are in winter, apparently overnight here in Newfoundland, I figure that this week's beer could be the winter weather beverage. So, usually the darker beers we drink not in the summer. I also screwed up my pour a little tiny bit. Thank you very much. Let's pop on over. Actually, I'm going to take a mouthful first.
Whoop, whoop.
I always forget to do that. I'm going to have a big milk mustache or a beer mustache after this.
We're not doing the milkshake beer again.
Oh, I'm so glad you can't see that on screen.
We can all imagine it though.
We can. So as you can see, this is a super dark beer. If anybody's had any stouts or porters in the past, it is jet black. Little touches of browns in it. Obviously, it's not black.
Mm-hmm.
But sweet, I got it right. We're good.
Nice. Good job.
That's right. So the porter is. Let's take a look here. It is a malt forward beer. It evokes images of espresso and cacao, which you can taste that right away.
Definitely taste the coffee espresso flavor for sure.
Definitely, it's like drinking an alcoholic coffee, which with a little bit more little chocolate notes in it as well, which is nice. It's supported by restrained ester characteristics produced by the Foggy London strain of yeast from Escarpment Labs. A smooth, low carbonation, despite mine and Tilly's pour tonight, allows these flavors to shine without any astringency or acidity, while the bitterness from the hops and high mash temperature finish this beer with a balance and mouthfeel that warms us up on cold nights like tonight. It is -2 degrees, something like that. Their version of an English style porter or a traditional Canadian style porter. So the naming is actually really cool, and for anybody who is local that knows this, knows the location here. During the Second World War, the straits around Conception Bay were home to the only direct attack from German forces in North America, is where we live. Well, a few minutes away from where we live. In an effort to destabilize the iron ore delivery from Bell Island Mine to Halifax, Nova Scotia, where I was last week, or yesterday. Yeah, literally yesterday. 2 German U-boats sank 4 iron ore carriers, resulting in the loss of 69 lives. So remember our unique history. Try a beer as dark as the dust that those ores once created. It is more of a malty beer, as we mentioned before. Definitely super coffee, heavy coffee. So if you're a fan of those espresso flavors, and a little hint of chocolate, you're gonna like that. How do you feel about it?
Yeah,
because you,
it's good. I mean, like I'd compare it to, it's not as heavy as like a Guinness.
Yep.
So it's more it's light. It doesn't have that like thick, stand a spoon in it. What you'd expect from like your darker beers.
Yep.
But I definitely appreciate like the coffee flavor comes out, which makes it nice.
Yeah, generally a stout is a little bit thicker. A touch, I find some of them can be a touch sweeter. The porters are usually a little bit crisper and a little bit more a little bit more bitter as well. So they're not as thick. They're a little easier to drink. And if you like coffee, get it India, because I had a coffee before the stream tonight. If you guys couldn't tell. Yeah. So thank you very much, 2 to 9 Penny.
Thanks, 9 Penny.
Oh, there's a sponsor. I gotta get better at doing this. Here we go. There we go. Cool.
Okay, I gotta take this hat off.
We should have done that in the transition. We're slowly turning this into Hops and Dragons OnlyFans.
What first? I guess if we're doing the OnlyFans, I should have kept. Maybe, I don't know.
Should have kept some of it on. Although now you can't. Now you can't hear me.
No, don't do that.
All right. So that was the. I'm surprised we lasted that long with our Halloween outfits.
Yeah, I had another hat up there. It was like a jester hat with bells that just would have been delightfully awful for the streaming because the bells would ring, but it doesn't fit my head either.
It would have been delightfully awful. You're 100% right. All right. I guess we'll jump right into it. Thank you very much, 9 Penny. We did drop the link in the chat. If you're watching this later on YouTube, you can check it out in the doobly-doo below. And if you are local, you can go ahead and order online or drop by their brewery at 75 Conception Bay Highway, sorry. We'll get into it. What's our next section here?
Rolling for some trinkets. I'm hoping for something spooky.
Oh, spooky would be good.
We have no control over the dice, so we'll probably end up with a teddy bear, which could be spooky.
It definitely could be spooky, 100%. Those of you in chat live can play along with us and see what you guys rolled as well, just by using the command exclamation mark trinket. So we're just using Google Dice Roller here. It is there's no D100, so we have to use 2 D10s. First one is the 10s. Second one is the single digits. You ready to do this?
Do it up.
We got a 74. Did we get that last time? We had 70 something last time.
7. No, it was a 7 last time.
74.
60.
Fan that when unfolded shows a sleeping cat. Black cat. I'm calling it right now.
Well, yeah, 100% has to be a black cat.
Yep.
A fan, like one of those
yeah.
And then fans, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. I'm thinking that you can go. I'll give you a second because I got one.
Go ahead, yeah.
It's if you're I thought I had one. If you're a class that has Find Familiar, whether that is a ranger or if you're a wizard that likes to have a little familiar around, this could be just the way that you summon your familiar. If your familiar was a black cat, you just whip it out, fan, and then flip it back, and there's a cat on your shoulder. Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. I feel like you could do it could be like a family crest too, like on the fan. I don't know.
Yeah, that works.
It could be, and you could be secretly like a witch or a wizard or something. I don't know. It'd be cool.
Oh,
I mean, let's be honest. Wizards don't use or that could be that could be your arcane focus. Could be the fan, which would be cool.
What does arcane focus do for those of us that?
That'd be how you would cast your spells instead of using components. Instead of having to worry about getting out your incense and your mushrooms and your bat's eyes and your whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So where are we? Number 8 would have been really, really good. Smoothie Poo in chat there. Small idol depicting a nightmarish creature that gives you an unsettling dream when you sleep near it. That would have been perfect for tonight. I'm glad somebody got that. So yeah, usually explain that segment first, but kind of jumped into it. Usually we do this. We do this every single episode. Before we get into it, just like creating a new character, you do roll D100, and that gives you get to choose. Once you see what your role is from this list, and then that's your trinket you keep with you. It's a good little RP prompt, and sometimes some of them are a little bit useful. Sometimes, or
not all the time. Though.
A lot of times they can be just a little bit of character flair. So
Yeah.
All right. The only part I'm allowed to sing in the episodes, because I got a subscription saying that I'm not allowed to sing. So, but this one is allowed. But the next section is a little tiny bit of an educational section because a lot of people, myself included, do not read the player's handbook before we play.
No one reads the player's handbook.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's right. So it is called
It's time for
I have way too much fun doing it.
That was enough horror for our spooky episode.
That's right.
All right, so the rule this week is it's on page 197 of the player's handbook if you're all there following along at home. And it's probably the scariest rule you could come across in the book, especially at lower levels, and that's the rule about instant death. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my goodness.
So there are rules for that. Like typically in D&D, when you drop to 0 hit points and you start making your death saving throws, something we'll talk about later. However, there is a condition where you do not get to make any saves. You just die. And that is when you get hit with massive damage, which is defined as once you are at 0 hit points, if the remaining damage you take is equal to your total maximum hit points, you just die.
Say
So
it
if
again.
so basically the example is if you're a character at level 1 with 10 hit points, which is a pretty average amount of HP for a level 1 character, around about 10 hit points.
Right.
So let's say you're in a fight with a goblin even that does a 1d6 amount of damage,
Mm-hmm.
and you have 1 hit point left, and the goblin swings and gets a critical hit. So it rolls 2d6, and both those d6 come up with 6s. So it maxes out the damage. So that 1 hit point out of 12 drops you to 0. Because the remaining amount of damage is 11, which meets or exceeds your maximum of 10 HP, you just dead.
Jeez.
Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. You done.
Go directly to afterlife jail.
Go directly to afterlife. Like, I mean, I guess you could be resurrected with the typical resurrection spells, but when this rule is really comes into play is at lower levels. Obviously, when you get to the higher, like level 10, 12, 13, whatever, most characters have, 100 plus hit points. Chances are something's not doing 100 damage to you in one hit. It's
Right.
possible, but it's not as likely. But at low levels, especially with your wizards, sorcerers, your warlocks, like your low D6 hit dice characters, it's a real possibility.
Or if you're dumb enough to fight a hydra in a cave.
Yeah, it could happen too. Possible. That guy right there.
Yeah. And the rest of the people that play are in game. The word hydra is like a dirty word around our table, man.
Yeah, it is a dirty word, but it was our first real enemy.
It was. How far in were we for that anyway?
You guys were like level 6, level 7. It was 100% a deadly encounter for you guys.
Yeah.
You should not have fought it. That's when you learned the hard way that D&D ain't no video game.
Nope.
Some things are not meant to be fought.
You can't save and then reload, so.
Nope. Nope.
And I love that you use a cleric because I believe that the cleric died in that one too, didn't it? Our cleric died in that.
So did our monk, technically. Monk came back to life.
We brought our monk back to life. That's right.
It happens.
The chat's
Anyway,
too soon.
That is probably instant death is probably the scariest rule I can find in the player's handbook.
Yeah, that makes sense. And for somebody who's somewhat attached to their character and to not have the impending doom of, oh no, I've got a little bit of hit points left, and then oh no, I've got only 1 saving throw left, and it's just like, what?
Oh,
I did.
you did.
Can you still be resurrected and all the same?
Oh
rules?
yeah.
Okay.
All that stuff still applies, but no one can heal you to get you back up. You just gone.
Scary stuff.
Which effectively at low levels means you're dead forever because you're not getting any resurrection until around level 5.
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Scary rules abound tonight. Cool. So that was the rules you may not know. Not that you can really do anything to prepare for that.
Just be aware. If you have not much HP and you have not much HP left, don't take any damage.
Don't take on a Hydra when you're at that level.
Crits happen, and then you get massive damage against you.
For sure. So the next segment that we have is a segment that we do every week where we introduce a useless item of the week. It is intended for DMs and players alike that want to throw a little tiny bit of fun in there. If you want to reward your players with something that you may not want to give them a crazy magic item, but you want to give them something fun, maybe something they can RP with. These are examples. And we also post all of these on our Discord channel as well, in case you guys want to take them and use them in your own game. We just ask you, if you do, just tag us. Let us know. Tell us how. Oh, we got to switch over here. I told you I'm going to screw up the producing tonight.
The producing?
The producing. All right.
The producing is hard. So this item is by me again. It's the Bloody Crown, as you can see depicted in that lovely free clip art.
It's pretty epic looking, I'm not going to lie.
It is pretty epic looking. It's a wondrous item. I haven't said it's very rare, though it probably doesn't need to be very rare, but that's just what I did. This item, unlike the other ones I did, it's actually maybe useful, but maybe harmful, and maybe does nothing. The way this item works is as an action, once per long rest, you can make the circlet drip blood, and you roll a d8 to determine the effect. So on a 1, you just look metal, rock on. Yeah! Which could be cool. With a 2, you just become sticky, which realistically would just happen kind of regardless, because it's blood. If you roll a 3, you lock eyes with somebody. They have to make a wisdom save or be frightened of you for a round, which is helpful. 4, some blood gets in your eye and you become blinded for 1 round. So a little bit of tit for tat there. 5, you gain advantage on your next intimidation roll within a minute because, you look metal.
Totally.
6, you make a DC 15 con save. On a fail, you become poisoned for a minute, which would be bad because that's disadvantage on all attack rolls and saves. I think saves, definitely attack rolls. 7, yum, that blood is delicious. So you can cast False Life on yourself because that tasty blood gives you that extra bit of sustenance. False Life is a spell. I think it gives you 1d4 plus some amount of HP temporarily. And
which is a necromancy spell, by the way.
It is a necromancy spell. #T necro. And at 8, a swarm of insects appear and think you look tasty, so they attack you. Swarm of insects, I think, is like a CR 1/4 or CR half, so not super dangerous. Outside of combat would be a nuisance, but in combat could be a bad time.
But just like in real life, super annoying. All right, what do I get if I rolled a 5? Advantage, yeah. Advantage on my next intimidation roll within a minute. I like it. This is a pretty cool item that has a lot of fun RP and actual combat implications. Yeah. So not so useless, but potentially negative. I mean, it's fairly balanced. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. On
balance, it could help you. It might hurt you. Who knows?
It might just make you look badass.
Which is really all we want, right?
All right, let's hit the story side of this one.
So the story side is this dark metal crown was forged for the evil Duke Halloween. Ha! Some jokes.
Who lets you write this?
Me. I let me write this, and you can't stop me.
Chili's the VP of content here at Hops and Dragons. So
the evil Duke Halloween. To strike fear in any who entered his court. However, the court wizard thought this was beneath him and passed the task on to an apprentice. The crown did not always work as intended, and the Duke became a laughingstock. The apprentice was later beheaded.
Oh, jeez. Epic. I mean, you went full board on this Halloween stuff this week, man.
I also learned that laughingstock, one word.
Really?
According to my autocorrect, yeah, one word.
No, I don't know. Autocorrect is not always right. Autocorrect is not always correct.
And my spell check on Word.
And
Google. I'm pretty sure Google told me it was one word too.
All right. If you got 3 sources, I'll believe you.
I don't know. There was a red squiggly line and I clicked it to make it go. Where?
Fair enough.
Something just talked to me?
It sounded like something did. I don't know, man. I think we're getting a little spooky here. There might be ghosts in your room during the Halloween.
Hello?
Your skull talking to you.
What the F? Is this place haunted?
It seems like it so far.
Help.
Maybe
if anyone sees ghosts behind me, let me know.
I don't know.
Oh, that was Google. That was definitely my little Google Nest thing here.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I mean, that's my story and I'm sticking to it so I can sleep tonight. Thank you very much.
Sure, right. Actually, so I have the Nest doorbell, and it gives you the options to during holidays to change the doorbell to spooky noises. I can't wait to get trick-or-treaters on Saturday because I have no idea what it sounds like because no one's hit the doorbell while I've been home. So
that's hilarious.
I hope it's like proper spooky and not like friendly for kids spooky.
It's definitely friendly for kids spooky.
It probably is, but one can hope. I want it to just be like this really deep demonic laugh and scare the crap out of them so I can keep all the candy to myself.
I like it.
So that was a bit of a sidebar from our from our normal scheduled programming. But that's kind of what we do here at Hops and Dragons is stay off course, I think is what it's
we
called.
Have so many well-laid plans of topics we'll stay on.
Yeah, we've got like 3 things that we have to do every episode. Everything else is just a ramble.
Yeah. Our content document looks a lot like my D&D notes.
Just scattered and
just scattered in like zombies ? I don't know.
stuff and things, maybe. Cool. So our next segment then, I guess, is the news for the week, the weekly news for the week in the redundancy department.
This is a little bit less spooky, but it's the news.
It's the news. And it's news that I'm actually really, really stoked about because it has a direct impact onto how I may play. Now, I don't know if my DM's going to let me re-roll.
I mean, you could die. Have at it.
I could die and just create another
Ranger,
Ranger with a different subclass. But yeah, I guess we can bring it up. Just
you bring it up. So on was it 26th? So a few days ago, they came out with subclasses number 5. I'm hoping we'll see these couple subclasses in Tashes, but that's not confirmed. But that's just my hope. So there's 2 subclasses came out. One was the Way of the Ascendant Dragon Monk and the Drakewarden Ranger. So just 2. So the monk, I guess the what they're going for here is the monk, it punches a lot. So the monks, this is all about, it's pretty cool actually. You can change up your damage. So I guess you pick a dragon type and you can choose that. So instead of doing your regular bludgeoning damage as a punch, you can do acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison, which is crazy helpful at level 3 for anything that has resistances or, is just immune to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, which happens a lot.
Pretty much the majority of the damage that comes in, I would say.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, all your basic weapons are either bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. So being able to change that to an elemental type gives you a huge bonus at low levels. A little bit less at higher levels, but at low levels, this is a big deal.
Is it just because of the fact that there are more that are, vulnerable and stuff like that to those types of damage?
There's more that's resistant to those 3. So like more would take half damage from those. So being able to, not do those 3 and do something different if you ran across one of those characters or monsters, big deal.
That makes sense.
So they pair that up with being able to learn Draconic and getting a persuasion roll. I like these features. You can see they're kind of trying stuff out here. So the way it works is if you fail a charisma, intimidation, or persuasion check, you can use your reaction to re-roll the check. Basically, you can keep using this until it turns a failure into a success. And then once that happens, you can use it again only on a long rest.
Oh,
which
cool.
is neat. So basically, you're guaranteeing yourself a success. Now, what question I had was, does that mean you can keep rolling on the same roll? I'm assuming not because you have to use your reaction. But if you fail on one turn or round, with your reaction, you can try again on your next one and get to use it again and again and again until it works.
That is very cool.
So it's not just I used my thing and it didn't work and that's the end of it. So I really like what they're toying with something there, and that's a new way of using these abilities, which is neat.
Right, and you think that's the direction that they're trying to go into?
Maybe. You'll see in some other ones they kind of allude to similar things. Like they're definitely trying to try out a new way of using abilities, not just be like use it once and comes back on a short or long rest, but
right.
Giving you some automatics. Like one of the big criticisms is, if you play a halfling, you get to re-roll ones, but you have to keep the next roll. So what often happens is you roll a 1 and then you just roll like a 3.
Yeah.
So it's like womp womp.
Yeah. Which is less than fun, right? So
less than fun, exactly, right? So
yeah.
And that's cool. It also lets you do it doesn't give you a breath attack, but it lets you replace one of your punches to do extra damage. So the way Monk works is you have a martial arts dice, and as you level up, like it starts at a D4, and then a certain level becomes a D6, D8, D10. So it lets you do like 2 times your martial arts dice as a breath weapon, and that goes up to 3 times at level 11, which is pretty cool. And this is the other way they're doing it, is you can do it a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, which is something that gets bigger as you level up.
Right.
So at low levels you can only use it twice, but at level 13, I think your proficiency becomes 5, so you use this 5 times per day. Which is pretty cool.
That's a little intense. That's a lot.
There's a lot. And it's plenty of times to be able to use this ability in a day.
Friggin' monks, man. Holy cow.
Yeah. You get some flying speed when you use Step of the Wind. I believe Step of the Wind is monks use it to disengage, which is cool. So they can, not only can they disengage, but they can disengage and fly if you're not an Aarakocra monk, like some people are. The aspect of the worm is cool. It gives you an aura. So if you choose cold damage as your type, everybody within your 30-foot aura gains a resistance to that damage, which again is a huge buff. Usually it's all paladin only thing. So this is really neat.
That's pretty cool.
It just does extra damage. So like the way it works is if let's say I'm the monk and I have my aura up, you take damage. Now you can use your reaction to deal damage on it when you get hit.
Oh.
So it just changes things up a bit, right? And again, once you use this bonus action, you can't kill it. You can't use it again until a long rest, but you can use it for key points, which is cool. And then your Ascendant aspect thing is just you do extra damage. It's just unreal, in my opinion. You can read through it there. It's a pretty cool, level 17 subclass ability.
So it's a lot. Blindsight is pretty intense anyway.
Blindsight is intense. You can punch ghosts at this point.
Yeah. And then what's the Breath of the Dragon one? The at the start of their turn, they take the damage.
They take damage. So it's kind of like a Spirit Guardians thing. So when you have your aura up, anybody in that aura takes damage. That stays in it.
Right.
Yeah. And then when you activate your aura, everybody who's in it takes damage too. So
jeez.
Crazy AoE damage as well, which typically monks don't get.
Well, it is level 17, so
right,
I would imagine it'd be a little bit powerful. And then what's the last one you aspected? Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, the one that explodes and everyone takes a bunch of damage, which is crazy.
40-10. Well, yeah, I mean at level 17 that makes sense.
I mean, to potentially, a 30-foot radius, so 60-foot diameter.
Jeez.
How many enemies are in that range?
Yep.
You're wiping out a small army, right?
All right, so the more important one, because
you're a ranger.
Ranger best class.
Best class. Hilarious. But this one is it's called the Drake Warden, and as you might imagine, it's kind of like the Beastmaster where you get a pet, but instead of a pet, you get a Drake. Which, if you don't know what a Drake is one of these bad boys. This is a picture of a guard Drake. There's also an ambush Drake. It doesn't really matter thematically what one you try. It's just you just get a Drake. There is stats for your Drake that come with the class. But he's a beefy boy.
He's not small.
He's not small.
Could an elf ride him?
He starts off as a small creature, so no, but at higher levels it does become a a large creature.
Which you could ride as a mount.
Which, yeah, you could then ride. But that'd be at levels 15, I believe.
I think I'm level 14 in our game, so.
I think you are.
Leo might have to die before next session.
Yeah. Could happen.
That's right.
I wish I was dead.
That's right, because I have a wish spell.
Yeah, so you can see there if you scroll down, it has the stats there for it, and what they did is they tied a lot of the stats, like the armor and the damage it does. You see it has a PB there under Drake Companion. That's your proficiency bonus. So as you get stronger, it's a 14 plus your PB. So at level 3, this would be 16 AC, but again, at higher levels, it'd be, like I said, at level 13, it becomes a +5. By the time you get to higher levels, it becomes a +6. So at high levels, this thing would have a 20 AC, which is pretty cool.
The Drake would have a 20 AC? Holy cow.
At higher levels. At lower levels, at lowest it'd be is a 16, highest it'd be would be a 20.
That's still pretty good, though.
It's pretty good. But you can see like they're tying your companion to your proficiency bonus, even just the damage it does, which is awesome. The only thing that's a little different about this versus the Beast Hunter is it once you summon the Drake, because it's like a Fey kind of creature thing, it only remains for a number of hours equal to your proficiency bonus. So you can't just have it out all the time. You have to choose when to summon it.
Gotcha. You said it lasts for an hour, is that it?
A number of hours equal to your proficiency bonus. So anywhere between 2 to 6 hours, which is it's kind of, you got to plan accordingly.
Yeah, I feel like, and it's only on a long rest it comes back, I guess.
On a long rest, yeah. Or until you die.
I mean,
that's what it says.
Fair enough.
Until you
That's a little dark.
Use this. Yeah. So that's cool. I mean, it does extra damage. Like it starts off with a 1d6 plus your proficiency bonus, but as it levels up, as it gets higher up, when you scroll down there, it does more damage as you get higher level. Does damage again? It does damage, elemental damage, not just slashing or bludgeoning damage, which is cool. And
yeah, and I like it when I like the way that a lot of these things scale with your level with extra dice, because of the fact that something that's really powerful at low levels gets a lot less fun at later levels if it doesn't scale. So I'm glad that a lot of these scale appropriately too. Yeah, no, for sure. I like it, the bond of Fang and Scale. You can choose the following. It either gets swimming speed of 40 feet and can breathe both air and water, or it gets wings so it can fly. Cool. Jeez. That's pretty quick.
And the upside is you can decide that when you summon it, so you don't have to pick one or the other, and you're stuck with it, which is nice.
Wait, you can choose it every time you summon it?
Every time you summon it, you
That's
can say,
epic.
Today I need flying speed. Tomorrow I need swim speed.
That's pretty cool. That is really, really cool.
The only downside to this UA subclass that I can see is that it's all your extra abilities are very into making your Drake stronger, not you. So when your Drake is not out, you will definitely be a little bit underpowered, I would think.
Yeah, because you wouldn't have all the other stuff from the other subclass. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? So that is the trick. That is the thing. This is a very powerful companion. And I believe it looks like it acts on its own turn. It doesn't take one of your attacks for it to attack. But when it's gone, it's gone.
So this stuff is or wait, no, we have more, don't we? Yeah, sorry. I apologize.
Well, there's 2 more that came out a little while ago.
No, we get Drake's Breath too, don't we?
Oh yeah. So basically everything just makes your breath or your Drake stronger.
Right.
So it gets like the dragon's breath weapon, but at a lesser, but that gets stronger as you level up, and you can only do that once per long rest. Or if you expend a 3rd level spell slot, as you know with Rangers, you don't always use your spells a whole bunch, because you just don't.
When you say don't always, you mean don't ever?
Right.
And then Perfected Bond is
it becomes large and does extra damage.
Right. Yeah, extra damage, yeah. Cool, very cool.
It is pretty cool. Again, like I said, I think for this one, user beware. When your Drake's not summoned, you will be a little bit weaker. But it is only Unearthed Arcana, so it's not official. These could change. Talk to your DM before you use them.
So I guess that's something that we probably should have gotten into before we started this. So the Unearthed Arcana is official playtest material.
Yes,
it's not official final material. I would say that the best way to think about this, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Tilly, it's kind of like a beta test for different things.
100% like a beta test.
Yeah, or like a PTR kind of thing, a public testing phase, right? It's not officially released in 5th edition. However, it is something that the creators of the game, which is Wizards of the Coast, has created. So it's official, unofficial. Right? So
the idea is they want people to use this in their games and then provide them feedback on how it worked. And they do often. They didn't this time. This is subclasses number 5. For subclasses number 4, they put out the subclasses and a survey at the same time.
Right.
To ask you questions about it.
And which something we didn't touch. So do you want to touch on?
We can go through this one a bit quicker.
Yeah, sure. Want. So this was, when did this come out? This came out last month?
This was back in August.
Oh.
This is a while ago now. This is before we ever went live. We talked about it real brief, I think, one time. These is much more Halloween themed. It's a College of Spirits subclass for the Bard and the Undead Warlock. So very, has to do with ghosts and necromancy and all that good stuff.
Hashtag Team Necro.
Hashtag Team Necro.
So give us a quick overview, I guess, of the College of Spirits and how it changes the Bard playstyle.
You gain some extra cantrips, which is neat. You get the Guidance 1 at level 1, which is an extra D4 on all your well, not on all, but when you cast it, and it's an extra D4 on ability checks or attack rolls or whatever, which is it's an amazing cantrip. It also increases the range on it for you to 60 feet. It's usually only, I think it's 30 usually, which that's pretty cool. You get special tools to use as your Bard focus at level 3, which is neat. And at level 6, that focus, you can get a bonus to one of the spells, like one roll for a spell equal to your 1d6, which is cool.
Nice. And
so
you could also
it'll help your damage or your healing spells a little bit.
Yeah, you can use a bunch of different objects as your spell casting focus. One of them they recommend is a skull.
Is a skull, just to be or not to be.
Yeah, right.
So, and I think you can use it to kind of talk to the dead a bit, which is cool. It can get a tale from a spirit, not a physical tale, but like a story, which is cool.
So these are all. Do you have to roll a d8? Is that how you
roll a d8 and it gives you a story?
That's very cool.
Yeah, and the different things happen. There's a pile there.
Warrior, friends, runaway, Avenger, hero, fae. Yeah. Holy cow! There's 12 of them. Sorry, not 8. Dark spirit, giant, dragon, celestial, and unknown.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's a bunch of different, like a bit of random, so it's hard to control, but there's a bunch of different stuff there.
Right. So where would you use that then? Just out of curiosity.
Where?
Yeah. When would you use this? In what condition or what situation would you use these?
It says a bonus, so I think it's like you when you like you use an action you can see, and then you target of the tail. You pick as an action. You pick a target within 30 feet, and then you bestow the tail's effect upon them.
And roll your 1d12.
Roll your 1d12 to see what it is. That's
cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a little bit random, but I mean, you can role play it a bit.
Right.
Yeah. So like level 6, I think you gain like a bit of insight. I mean, it definitely is more about increasing your spells and stuff, which is really neat because I think bards are probably one of the coolest spellcasters in lots of ways.
They're certainly the most versatile, that's for sure.
Right? Like at that one there, you can, at the end of the ritual, you temporarily learn one spell of your choice from any class.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
That's intense. Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's one of the downsides of playing a bard is you only have the spells you kind of pick, but this lets you be a lot more versatile.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, so that's pretty much the new Bard subclass that they released. This is back in August. And again, the second one I'm a little bit more interested in because the next character I want to play is a Warlock. So
Yes.
and it was perfect because I was in the process of trying to create the different ways you can create a necromancer in the game, and then this came out, which is pretty cool. So I might have to try this out, but
yeah, so this one you kind of you pick your patron. So for this one you'd pick some sort of undead creature as your patron, which is interesting. I'm not sure exactly what that would be. But you get an expanded spell list. Speak with Dead, Death Ward, Greater Invisibility, which is amazing. Some examples. You get some as a bonus action. You can turn into manifest as an aspect of your patron's power. So for a minute, you can gain temporary HP. When you hit with an attack, they might make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of you until the end of the next turn, which is amazing. And you become immune to being frightened as well, which is, pretty cool.
Well,
being frightened is the worst.
Being frightened is the worst, especially if you're melee. Now, Warlocks aren't melee, but especially if you're a melee character, you're basically toast, right?
Basically toast.
Yeah.
You get Grave Touch. You don't need to eat, drink, or breathe, which is could be very useful depending on what situation you're in the dungeon.
And you can replace the damage type with necrotic damage when you hit when you hit a creature, which is,
again, you might not think that's useful, but it really is.
Well, it can be double your damage depending on if something's resistant to it, right?
Or vulnerable to it. Yeah, I mean, it's huge.
Yeah. When you're using your Form of Dread, you can roll one additional damage die when taking the necrotic damage the target takes.
Ooh, I like it.
Or when determining, yeah, that's really cool. I'm into that. Mortal Husk, your connection to undeath and necrotic energy now saturates your body. You have resistance to necrotic damage. You're transformed using your Form of Dread and you instead become immune to necrotic damage.
Which is pretty, you take no damage from, that's a lot of spells you just become immune to, right?
Yeah, but the coolest part of that, when you're reduced to 0 hit points, you can cause your body to explode. Every creature within 30 feet takes necrotic damage equal to 2d10 plus your Warlock level. You then revive with 1 hit point in your previous space along with your gear, and you gain 1 level of exhaustion. Once you revive this way, you can't do so again until you finish 1d4 long rests. That is super cool.
It's super cool. It reminds me of the old Call of Duty ability where when you die, you drop a couple grenades.
Yep.
Just screw you.
Yeah, 100%. No, it's
I'm taking you with me.
What's that?
I'm taking you with me.
Yeah, I think it's called Martyrdom or something like that. I think that's what it's called.
I don't remember.
But that's I really want to play one of these characters, and I think this is the type of Warlock I'm going to use. But we'll see how it goes. Well, I haven't looked deep into this. The Spirit Projection. What does that do?
Right. So again, right there, you gain resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage, which is 75% of the damage in the game. Well, I guess at level 14, maybe not so much, but it's still very useful. Yeah. Taking half damage from most weapons, big deal. You don't need to have verbal, somatic, or material components when you that lack a gold cost, which means you don't need to be able. If someone casts silence, you can still cast your necromancy spells.
That's pretty cool, but it
is pretty cool.
A lot of times, there's a lot of hand waving that goes along with spell requirements in at the table as far as homebrew rules go. So I don't know if that would really help a lot, but would you, if it was a verbal spell cast and your players were silenced, would you not let them cast?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. That's the point of the silent spell. Right? So this would be a really neat ability if you had, comboed it up. You cast silence in an area that basically makes all the spellcasters not be able to cast their spells, but you can still fire your bolts away, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty big deal. I like this one. You get a flying speed equal to your walking speed and can hover.
Nice.
Which means you can't fall, which is cool. But you can also move through walls and stuff. Become a ghost.
That is really cool. But if you end your turn inside another object, you take 1d10 force damage. So don't get stuck in a wall. What's the last one there? When you use
the last one is you get some temp HP when you deal necrotic damage.
You regain
equal
what?
To, you gain temporary HP equal to half your hit points, or half the damage of any necrotic damage you deal.
That is intense.
Considering this is all about dealing necrotic damage, it really stacks up.
Big time. That is intense. Once you use this feature, you can't do so until you finish a long rest. That was on the that was
still,
up here.
Fair enough, but it's still potentially a lot of damage and a lot of HP back. So
definitely. So those all 4 of those were released within the last couple months. Like we said earlier, they are Unearthed Arcana, so they aren't they're officially unofficial. So you can go ahead and take it and play it and play test it. They do ask for feedback, which means that they might include it in an official release in the upcoming. I mean, they might include it in Tashes.
Tashes could be. And I always just give the heads up to, like, if you're interested in using one of these subclasses or anything from Unearthed Arcana or anything homebrew, just talk to your DM first, make sure it's okay. And you might need to change things on the fly, as this is not official content.
Yes.
You are the playtest to see if it's balanced.
Welcome.
Woo woo.
Thanks for the follow,
Thanks for
Aris.
the follow. Oh, almost beat you to it.
Yeah. So and if anybody does play this, if you're watching it live or if you're watching it afterwards on YouTube, let us know in the chat or in the comments, or drop by our Discord or something like that and let us know how it went. I'm hoping to play this within the next year or so. If we do another one shot, I might roll one of those warlocks. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So that was the news for technically the last
long
week.
News.
But
it's okay.
Since before we even started our episode 0, so that was August 19th. The Warlock and the Bard came out. The Undead Warlock and the College of Spirits Bard. And just a few days ago, the Way of the Ascendant Dragon Monk came out, and the Drakewarden Ranger came out. Which, to be completely honest, and I may appeal this to you in game or out of game, given my favorite enemy on my Ranger is a dragon, and I speak Draconic and a couple of those things, or my Ranger does, sorry. I think that if he had his time back and this was out then, he would have chosen the Drakewarden Ranger. So I may have to roll a persuasion check on Tilly.
We'll talk. I'm pretty easygoing.
We'll see. I don't know what I would be giving up, so I would have to look that up, I think, and see if it was worth the trade off. But I think having one of those big chonky boys would be worth it. So
it would.
Oh no!
Cool.
I just rolled a 3 in chat for my persuasion chat. So
no, fuck you.
I guess we're done. Cool. So the next section, that was the weekly news. If you guys have any comments, questions, insults, let us know in the chat or in the comments below, or in our Discord. You can join our Discord.
Discord.
The next section is our educational type discussion. It's Hops and Dragons Academy, we'll call it.
Sure.
What are we talking about this week?
We're going to talk about giving out treats. It's Halloween. It's time to give out some treats.
You know what? Do you have any treats in front of you?
I have a beer. It's a delicious porter.
That's a treat.
Thank you, 9penny.
From our sponsor, type exclamation mark sponsor to visit their website. I have a treat. I was snacking on these earlier.
Oh, look at you. But no, I don't mean candies. I mean magic items, and giving and distributing magic items in your home game. It's not as easy as you might think it is. I mean, it's really easy to give them out. To give them out in a meaningful way is tricky.
Did you intend that pun or not?
No, 100% I did. I'm not smart enough for that, Paul. So in general, I guess just to give you Cole's notes of magic items. Magic items come in 5 rarities: uncommon, or common, uncommon, rare, very rare, and legendary. So in the Dungeon Master's Guides on page 135, if you want to zoom in there, Paul.
Yeah, working on it. I told you production value is going to be shit in this episode.
So basically, the Dungeon Master Guide gives some very, very small guidance into magic items. It basically says at level 1, you would have a common or uncommon magic item. Common magic items include potions of healing, first level scrolls, cantrip scrolls. Nothing overly exciting. Mostly consumable magic items. And uncommon items are pretty well the same thing. Mostly like +1 weapons are in there, but I typically wouldn't give them out for a few levels after level 1. But a lot of, Drift Globe, things that cast light, things that might not be game changing really, but would give some quality of life abilities.
Just some fun stuff.
Some fun stuff. Rare items is when you start getting to things like Helm of Teleportation or Ioun Stones give you plus bonuses to stats. Different rings of resistances or giant strengths. You can gain 28 or 19 ace or strength and stuff like that. And your +2 weapons are in there. I mean, rare even includes wings of flying potentially, which is pretty crazy. Very rare, would be where rare was a potion of giant strength. Very rare would be a belt of giant strength. So it goes from a temporary buff to a permanent buff. You can that's the way they kind of increment things up.
Right.
That would also include your +3 weapons, more endgame kind of stuff. And your legendary items are your Luck Blade, your Holy Avenger, like your Paladins +3, the things you're going to quest for, big deal items, game changers, right? Vorpal Sword. I don't know if you know what a Vorpal Sword is, but you roll a nat 20, you automatically behead your enemy.
Oh, that's
Instant
epic.
Death. That's a legendary item, right? So you wouldn't want to give one of those out until a higher level.
What if a low level apparently stumbles upon a secret chest that you had and gets that legendary item? What do you do then as a DM?
Well, so this is something we're going to talk about a little bit. I would think, I'm of the opinion, and we've talked about this on our stream before, we all like having fun. So magic items and getting magic items it's fun. However, what I've learned is if a campaign is going to go on for a long time, like our home game is, if I had my time back, I would have given out less magic items. Because you end up in this awkward position where at a certain level, I've already kind of given out everything and there's nothing more there's nowhere else to go. Right?
Right.
In a shorter campaign though, if we knew, hey, we're only playing to level 5 for a laugh. Yeah, sure, man. Here's a Vorpal Sword. I don't know.
see what you do with it for sure. That'd be a lot of fun.
See what happens, right? Because it's just fun, right? But in a longer campaign, I feel like you might want to hold that off for later. Because once you have a Vorpal Sword, I don't know, where do you go from there, right?
Yeah. What else do you do? Yeah.
Now, in a newer book, Xanthar's Guide to Everything, if you want to switch to the other picture we have there.
Sure. First off, I have another question before we hop into that one.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So we're going to talk about that afterwards, about how often, we're going a little deeper, how often, is a appropriate amount of appropriate rate to be able to hand out magic items. We're going to talk about that afterwards.
Right. So, this is kind of comes up in here. So switch on over to the other picture.
Yes, sir.
This is very basic from the Dungeons Master's Guide in Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Also on page 135, coincidentally enough. They give you this table. And what they went ahead and did, if you go through that book, not only do they have the common, uncommon, rare, very rare, legendary, they gave all the magic items a minor or a major category. And what they did is they said, basically, when you're level 1, you should have, or level 1 to 4, you should have 6 common items, 2 uncommon items, and 1 rare minor magic items, and 2 major magic items. Minors are generally consumable items, and majors are generally ones that require attunement because they are a bit more powerful. We only have 3 attunement slots.
Right.
But there are some crossover there, but just as a general rule, for a way to remember it, consumables are minor, major is general. So this gives you a much better idea, especially if you're starting a character fresh. Like if you're making a brand new level 10 character, this table you could go to your DM and be well within your rights to say, I deserve or should have
Right.
5 uncommon and 1 rare magic item.
Right.
Right? It's just right there. And this is, I feel like this is a good pace. The only exception I might have is if you look at the end there, the major magic items, they give you 3 legendary items plus 7 at level 17 plus. I'd probably make it 2 at level 11 to 16 and 2 at level 17.
You think?
You know, I do. I think
Just for more fun.
Just for more fun. I feel like most of the game abilities are balanced at earlier levels. So like level 1 to 5, especially to 10, and like statistics and like D&D Wizards of the Coast, they know most people don't play past level 10.
Yeah.
So there's kind of a drought in class abilities between level 11 and level 16. You do get some, not every class, but most classes kind of, the cool stuff all comes up front or at the very end. So I feel like magic items is a way to kind of keep that fun going.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's a really good point. Sorry,
yeah.
What did you say there? I apologize. I cut you off there.
It's just fun in the middle levels. That's all.
Right.
That's why I would err on the side of more cool magic items in that level 11 to 16 than they might have here. I mean, and as the thing is too, the upside is if you're a DM and you're giving out magic items, if you give out an incredibly powerful consumable magic item, the great thing is it can only get used once. And if that ends up being overpowered as all hell, that's a fun story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like if the problem fixes itself, but if you give out that Vorpal sword at level 5, you now are kind of dealing with the consequences of that right to the end of the game.
Right. Yeah, no, fair enough. The and that's the fun part too, is that it gives your players a really fun thing to do, but also a feeling of insane power. And if you save it for the epic for the boss, it just feels more epic as well. I think you gave me essentially the amulet of fireballs or whatever it was at like a stupid low level, and it was like 4 beads that was basically the fireball spell.
Yeah. Before any casters could have fireball too, which is crazy.
Yeah, and for anybody that's watching knows what Fireblams does in our in our chat room. So so question for you, the difference between minor and major are basically just consumable and permanent, yeah?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, there's 4 or 5 pages of magic items and just listed out name, minor, major, rare, not rare, and attunement, yes, no, in Xanathar's Guide to Everything. But for the most part, minor is consumable, major is attunement required. Now, if it's not consumable, no attunement required, those kind of go either way, depending. Like a drift globe that just does like the light spell, that's still a minor, but like a +1 weapon would still be a major. Even though neither require attunement.
Right, that makes sense, yeah. Yeah. So as far as like the rate of this, and just to touch on what you said earlier as well, I'm really glad you gave out the magic items, but because in our home game, but because of the fact that you gave them out so early, I think that 3 more levels I expected a +2 bow, which I ended up getting, and then another 3 levels I was like, okay, so how do I get a +3 bow? And you were just like, no, you don't. Like, you can find that when you're level 20 if you want, if you're lucky.
Well, no, and like, so the way it typically works is a +1 weapons don't come out until you're getting close to level 5 usually. +2 is 10 to 12, and then +3 would be more in the like 15, 16, 17 range in my head.
Right.
That's when you'd have your +3. It's too bad in a way. In earlier editions, definitely in 3.5, I'm not sure if they got rid of this in 4th edition or not. There was, it's called Masterwork Weapons. So basically, in order to cast magic onto an item, it had to be a Masterwork weapon. And what that did is it gave you the bonus to hit I think, but not the bonus to damage or the other way around.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Right? So it was kind of like at low levels, level 1, 2, 3, it was kind of easy to give that out because it was like only half that bonus. And then you kind of had that little bit of fun to kind of get you along to level 5, 6 when you get your +1 weapon.
Right. Fair enough. Cool.
So, I mean, and in your game, I've thought a lot about bringing it back into our home game. Masterwork weapon.
No, and I wouldn't have no issues with that either. It's that seems pretty cool. And in the one shot that I ran, I took a different approach to it, and I think I'm happy with this approach. Just it's in line with how 5th edition works, where you get all of your cool shit right at the beginning or at like level 5 basically. That you get it and it's fun and it's like a core part of your class. And I'm just gonna bring this back here real quick. It's a core part of your class. It's you get used to it, right? You kind of incorporate it into your identity. So in the one shot that I did, that ended up lasting 2 sessions, so it was a 2-shot.
Sure.
I gave everybody an item, but I think that if this one shot continues, if we continue in that campaign, I won't be as liberal with the magic items because of the same sort of pacing. It's like you got one that's like your class, that's your character identifying kind of item. You can keep it or get rid of it if you want, but like it's I'll be a little bit more spaced out because I don't want that inflation creep to kind of creep up.
And not that there's not ways to handle the inflation creep. Like your monsters there's just numbers, like a bit more HP, a bit more damage, a bit more AC. You can kind of handle it. But I think more so it's like playing a game with cheat codes. You know what I mean?
Right.
It might be fun for a little while, like, haha, I'm invincible. Look at me run through the walls and whatever. What was it? IDKFA? Doom?
IDGFA.
Was it? It could be.
Yeah, because it's I don't give a fuck.
Ah, right. IDGFA.
We do have a mature filter on this channel in case there are any children listening.
Aaron definitely knows it because she was giving me crap for not using them when I played Doom a little while ago. But basically, it's kind of like cheat codes. If you have all the powerful magic items at low level, it's fun for a little while, but at some point you're gonna get bored because the challenge goes away. So while you kind of got to resist that urge, I think as a DM to say, "Oh, have all these super cool items,"
yeah,
because it's a short-term fun, but at the cost of long-term fun.
Yep, definitely.
And for example, an example I have is when we were playing 3.5, I was playing, I think it was called a Scout, which is now a subclass for rogues, I believe, or rangers. Anyway, it was its own class in 3.5. And there was rules. I don't know if it was a home rule or in-game rule that I had a longbow, but I kept enchanting it to do extra fire damage. And I think it was like 5,000 gold. And I could add a D6 worth of fire damage, right? And I've just spent all my gold on upgrading this bow to the point that I was doing like 10, 12 D6 damage on each shot. Jesus. Right? Yeah. It was absurd. And at some point, the DM, and I don't blame him for this at all, he said, you know what? This is an intelligent creature you're fighting. He doesn't attack you. He attacks the bow and snaps it in half.
Yeah.
Right? And it was like fair game, man. Yeah. Like that power creep definitely got way too high. And it was taken away from the fun of everybody else at the table because I just became a cannon.
Yeah.
Right? So you kind of got to think about that balance in your head too. But my only thought is give out those magic items, especially the consumable. At low levels, there's a lot of really cool potions and spell scrolls. They're only going to get used once. You're just going to have that cool one-off moment where like, what am I going to do with this post in a gaseous form? I don't know. But then when you find that use for it, it's so cool.
Yeah, and that's the fun part is those epic moments. Those are always the fun part in D&D, right? Whether it's the one time you use this, you've been saving all day or all week or all however long it is, all campaign. I mean, there's dragon slaying arrows that I have that I only use when we fight a dragon, which happened twice.
Like a big dragon, and it made a huge difference. Like that thing comes out, and it's like, this is gonna get real.
Yep. Well, that's when
cool.
That's when everything's on the table. That's when you unload.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's kind of my little spiel on magic items. Just be cautious, but there are rules for it. Especially when it comes to giving out like gold, not necessarily magic items, but actually just currency. That's tricky. It's hard to balance. D&D doesn't give you rules as written costs for magic items, really. They kind of give you guidelines. You can find people have their own ideas for costs that you can use, which I do. I think like a basic healing potion is 50 gold, for example.
Yeah, and yeah, gold inflation got way out of hand in our.
Oh, way out of hand. I mean, we went after a dragon's treasure trove, like, and you got it. Like I don't tell you.
Yeah. One of the other things I wanted to bring up about magic items as well is that one of the cool things that you've done as far as letting us not be too powerful at lower levels, and I think this is a really clever way to do it, is introduce items that unlock at certain levels or after certain actions.
I don't know if it's definitely not my idea. I don't know if it's Matt Mercer from Critical Role's or from a bunch of stuff, but Critical Role's idea. But yeah, you basically have like a +1 item that is dormant, and then, but in the flavor text, I'll put something in there, and if you do that, whatever action or that whatever, it will awaken, and that will make it a +2 item and do a couple more little neat abilities. And if you do another cool thing, it becomes exalted, becomes a +3 item, and does even more cool abilities. The idea is, sure, if you're clever and you figure it out, you can go +1, +2, +3 pretty quick. But the idea is to get in those situations, we'll probably pace it out that it'll work out, you know, that you might not do it for 4 or 5 levels between each awakening.
So if you had maybe like a weapon that you gave a ranger, for example, what would you?
I'm not helping you,
maybe
man. Not helping you at all.
To unlock that?
Nope. Not helping you unlock your weapon. Not helping at all.
Thanks for the chair, Aaron. We appreciate it. I hope that was cheering me, giving hints to unlock the weapons.
No.
I tried. I didn't try very hard.
Too funny. Anyway, that's my little 2 cents on magic items. It's not a lot, but pace yourself. But they're fun, so make sure you give them out.
Yeah, 100%. Totally. Without a doubt. Magic items are fun. D&D is meant to be fun. Oh, we have another little resource here too. I don't know if you wanted to talk about this or
Oh, sorry. Well, this is I think legit. This is from it's from 2014, so it's old. So it's not updated with the major minor, but this is a list of common, uncommon, rare, very rare, and legendary items. So this is on the internet. If you Google 5e magic item rarity, this will come up. It's a free PDF from Wizards.
Yeah, and I guess then you would take whatever if you wanted to give out a legendary item and one of these looks cool, like the deck of many things.
What? No one would give that out.
Or use it in our chat either. You could come here and then pick one of these and then Google it, and you'll get the stats for it, I guess. Would you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not all of these are on the open source rules. Some you might have to find. All of them, however, are in the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Fair enough. That makes sense. Speaking of all the different rare items and everything, what's the most fun? I'll see if I can answer it as a player. If not, when I was a DM, I guess for that one shot. But what's the most fun homebrew item that you've given out?
I am partial to it's a ring of raised dead, basically. And I gave it to one of our players, and basically the as an action, they can burn a spell slot to kind of capture the soul of slain humanoids within a 30-foot range, and it can store up to 4 souls. And then as an action, they can summon those souls and raise a zombie. And they can just have little zombie minions run around, which is endless enjoyment in our table because we call them Carl.
Okay, we're getting raided by bots here.
Uh-oh.
I'm hitting the ban hammer real hard. Hope I don't ban one of you guys.
But I want to be famous.
Did I get all of them?
I think so. Freaking, they always come in multiples too. Those bots.
Oh, there's more. We do apologize. Nobody click on the links, guys. We turned off our some of the mod tools because we wanted people to be able to share links. Because we've had some people share some really, really cool resources. We don't usually get hit by them, but when we do, we're pretty close on there. Who do we forget? I'm all over it. Oh, this guy. Got him. See ya. Thank you very much, RS. We appreciate you. We'll take the free spam bot viewers, though, if they're actually counted as viewers.
Yeah, why not? I think they'll count as our unique viewers for the week.
That's right. We need to get a ban hammer custom command. That'd be great. So that was I got distracted by the ban, or by the bots in there.
Maybe they're the ones that voted for the Quadrone last week.
Yeah, they must have been. What were the items that I made for people in the homebrew or the one shot that I did? Because almost that entire thing was homebrew. I gave you your drum.
The drums, which increased my inspiration dice by size, which was cool, especially at low levels, especially for something like a one shot, where you kind of know, like, we're not going to get into the point where this is, eventually inspiration dice becomes a D12. I mean, am I going to get an inspiration of 2d6 if I hold on to those drums until level 15 or whatever?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Right. But it doesn't really matter because it was like, it was kind of a one shot. If we decide to go back and make it into a full campaign, it's certainly a discussion we can have, but it was a really cool item because for that one shot, it made me be like, my inspiration dice has that little extra kick. Yeah. You know what I mean? That was so cool. Yeah.
And it made you kind of want to RP a little bit more and actually play it before you, instead of just being like, I have an inspiration dice now. It's like, oh no, I'm going to beat out a beat.
Yeah. I really appreciate it. It was a cool item.
Yeah. The other one was a ring with Lux's deity on it, and it was I think it gave 3 times a day or 3 times a long rest or something like that. Basically you could just add 1d4 healing to, like, when you swang, jeez man, this
swang.
When you took a swing with your weapon, it just added a 1d4 healing that you could use for yourself or anybody else, and it just basically had 3 charges per long rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what the other ones were now either. I think the Ranger, I think Aaron got a cloak that did something.
I don't remember.
Cloak of Stealth.
One day we'll have to do an episode on all our homebrew items because I have a ton.
We should.
I have so many homebrew items.
100%.
And none of them are balanced. Not one. The internet will lose their minds.
They do, man. This has got to be a topic for another episode. But man, if you're trying to get into D&D, stay off the. Well, I don't want to say stay off the internet because there's a lot of really good resources online. But like the Facebook groups out there and like some of the subreddits out there, it's just there's a lot of opinions of everybody else is wrong if they do this like super strict thing. It's like, no man, D&D is fun. D&D is meant to be played the way you want to play it, right? Like everyone's on the same, on the same page, hopefully, but play it the way you want to play it.
Yeah, have a good time.
I hate counting ammo, so at our table, I don't count my arrows.
Right? Every now and again, he drops a pile of gold and said, "That's enough to last me a while," and I go, "Yeah."
And we've got like bottomless pockets of gold, so it doesn't matter anyway. Counting ammo is not fun for me. I'm sure it can be for some people. It is not for me. And
some people love it. Some people love the grit. Some 100%. People want to count rations. They want to do the encumbrance. And that's fine. That's amazing. Enjoy it.
And I can see that
at our table.
I can see that being fun because of the fact that you have to keep, like, it's like the old Doom games when you used to run out of ammo, for example, as soon as you brought up Doom earlier, right? Like you actually had to keep track of your ammo, and it added a different element of the game. There's so much more for me going on in that game right now that for me to keep track of that I don't want to keep track of that.
It's fair.
And I also hate inventory management, so encumbrance to me is not a fun thing. So
my beer is empty now. I'm sad.
Oh,
it was delicious.
How did you finish your beer before me? It's mostly because it's a dark beer.
Yeah, I know. I love this one. It's fantastic.
Which,
I can't drink a lot of dark beers in a row. Like for me, the porter is more like a mealtime beer, if that makes sense. Which is weird, maybe, I don't know. But I find it's not a sit out on the deck, let's drink a bunch. It's like, let's have a beer with something.
no, that's 100% what the beer is. Well, there are people out there that love it that would drink them all the time. I'm not one of them. I drink them in particular times when I'm cold and I want to have a little drink. It's just one of those. It reminds me of winter. Maybe it's because of the fact that I've drank them during winter because they're only out during winter. I don't know, but that's usually what the majority of people do. But seeing as you mention it, I brought up another one.
Smart. I'm on the water now.
Tilly's being healthy, I'm not. So
yeah, it kind of is a little redundant. Like beer is delicious, but it's not really good on the calories.
Definitely not. I just started playing hockey this week though, so I can burn a few extra calories every week.
Fair enough.
Hold on. Can we get this one? Oh, no pop at all. Is that completely flat? Uh-oh. I guess I'll figure it out.
Not our sponsor's beer, by the way.
Not our sponsor's beer. However, not flat. So, it's funny though. I did have a beer before stream, and it was called Sweater Weather. I won't tell who it is. I guess people can figure it out. But given the fact that it's freezing cold out, and I'm wearing a sweater, I thought it was
welcome to October.
All right, so we got a couple fun sections coming up for those of us that are, or those of you that are first-time viewers here. When Tilly and I started this channel, we wanted to make sure that if we did get a little bit of an audience, we wanted to showcase some people in the industry because there's so much awesome art out there. There's so much, there's so much awesome art. There's so many amazing artists and people that contribute to this community that we wanted to do a little bit of a highlight for them. And this week, appropriate for Halloween, is somebody we found on Twitter called Just Wesley. His name is Wesley Griffith, and he wanted to do some Halloween-inspired D&D art. Stay spooky, my friends.
What?
Yeah.
Look at that thing. Look at it.
It's pretty epic. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy.
That would be the most epic end boss to a Halloween one-shot ever.
It would be, actually. If anybody's out there, for anybody who's doing a one-shot in this week, throw this one in, please, and let us know how it goes.
Stat this thing, I wonder?
What's that?
I was just wondering in the Twitter comments if anyone put stats to it.
I was just going to say, do you want to stat it?
I feel like I might have to.
There you go. Linus finally summoned the Great Pumpkin. That's great.
But this is awesome. This guy, Wesley, I don't know how much other art he does, but this popped up and it was immediately like, oh yeah, this is our Halloween episode art right here.
Oh yeah, totally. Without a doubt. We didn't even
I feel like it would have a stomp attack for sure. Look at those feet.
Yep.
I would probably do, it would have an action that a vine would come out, grapple you. So that would be a save. If you fail that save, you could repeat it on your next turn. But if you fail on the next turn, it would toss you inside where the fire is and you take a pile of damage.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. That would be its big attack to try to incinerate you inside of a pumpkin flame.
I like it. I would give it a breath attack.
A breath attack is an easy way to go too.
Yeah.
You could, and maybe is Eldritch Blast, I think, is force damage or something. So that'd probably be the way I'd go. Looks Eldritch Blasty.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's be something there with vines as well. I think I would do that.
Well, and that's where I came with the vine, probably some grapples.
Yeah.
And maybe multiple. I'd probably get some, I'd look at the Roper, I think it is. And the Roper has a bunch of different vines that do no damage. But if it can bring it close to you, its bite does incredible damage. And that's what I was thinking with this. You get a vine to pull you in close, and then once you get in close, it would do some crazy fire damage.
Yeah. I like this.
Yeah.
But there's also, you see this little guy here. I don't know if I can zoom in on it or not, but this guy here, can I zoom in? There we go. So this little, all right. I forgot Twitter does that. I do apologize, guys. this little fella here, he looks like he's a bit of a necromancer.
The guy up front.
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely the guy who summoned him. I thought that was the guy attacking him, but
no, he's facing the party. That's like, this is a summoned creature for sure.
I feel like that guy's getting eaten. And like that's like, you think the big bad evil guy for the one shot is that wizard necromancer guy, but as soon as he summons this, that thing just like eats him. And then the actual big fight is the big pumpkin.
That'd be intense. That would be intense. I kind of want to create a one shot around this now. I'm not gonna lie. That's really cool.
Do it. I'll play that.
Yeah, for sure. Unfortunately, it'll be like 3 months from now, so it won't be in season anymore.
Be ready for next year.
That's right. What I want to point out is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 arrows in this thing. He's not getting those arrows back.
Nope.
Oh, I wonder, what about all the pumpkins on the ground here?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Those could be like a layer action.
Yeah.
So like you're in a pumpkin patch and he could like, as his layer action, those pumpkins could explode and do something damage. Or a layer action, there's typically 3 or a couple layer actions. So like one could be a pumpkin explosion. One could be a vine grapple to like hold you in place.
Yep.
I could think of another one. But I mean, that's just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I think that's there.
I'm into it. I really want to play this now. Either play it or run it.
Oh, I love D&D.
Yep, totally. So that's our art feature. We linked him earlier in the chat. We will link it in the doobly-doo for the YouTube video for anybody watching on YouTube.
And we'll have it in our Discord.
And we will have it in our Discord. Whoops. I got a double link there in the chat. I guess I'll give a quick shout out to the Discord right now. The Discord is a growing community. It's super fun. Lots of conversation about D&D, lots of D&D memes. Some Baldur's Gate 3 chats, some of that stuff. The link will be in the chat. Link will be in the YouTube chat, or the doobly-doo in the YouTube channel for our Discord. Our next segment, is
puzzle.
Something I've been dreading.
So you should.
So every week, Tilly and I challenge each other with a puzzle. The whole reason why we came up with this segment is because puzzles are, I wouldn't say impossible, but very hard to find, and they're a lot of fun to include in your games. So we decided to scour the internet and either come up with our own, modify some of the ones that we found, or otherwise, and share them with you, and then challenge each other. I haven't seen this yet. I've loaded it on my screen, and I haven't actually looked or read through.
So last week I did the puzzle. It was me, but you were out of town, so I have one ready. So you can go 2 in a row next time to get payback if you want.
I think I will. Yeah. So I literally flew in yesterday night, and this is the first free second that I've had, and it's not free because I'm here doing this. But the puzzle will head on over.
So, for all you people out there, I mean, the internet's not the only spot to look for puzzles. Puzzles are in a ton of media we have, and this was probably the most Halloween-y themed one because it involves potions. And this is from Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in chapter 16. So this is right out of the Harry Potter book. If you're familiar with it, no spoilers. Paul doesn't need help.
I haven't read the books or watched all the.
I know, right? I know. At first I was like, oh man, it's a great puzzle from Harry Potter, but he knows it because he's read Harry Potter. Oh, wait.
I've watched 5 out of 7 movies. Is there 7 movies?
There's 8 movies.
Oh, am I losing my nerd cred right now?
It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so you need that picture up top. The picture up top is important.
Okay.
And basically there's the little note. You'd walk into a room, you and your party, and you would see this table in front of you with the 7 potions laid out and a little note rolled up. And you would see the doorway ahead of it that would look, when you walk through, would look open and clear. You could walk on through. But when you walk into the room, an invisible magical barrier slams shut behind you and slams shut in the doorway in front of you. and you're stuck. What do you do?
Scroll down to see the answer. I really want to do that. Is this, do I look at this or do I, oh yeah, sorry.
So you see the 7 potions and you see the note in front of you.
Okay, well, I would normally investigate the
note?
The table, and I would assume that you tell me what the note says on that investigation check.
So the note, I will read it out to the chat and then we'll start our timer here. Danger lies before you, while safety lies behind. 2 of us will help you out, whichever you would find. One among us 7 will let you move ahead. The other will transport the drinker back instead. 2 among our number hold only nettle wine. 3 of us are killers waiting hidden in line. Choose unless you wish to stay here evermore. To help you in your choice, we will give you these clues 4. First, however shyly the poison tries to hide, you will always find some some on nettle wine's left side. Second, different are those who stand at either end, but if you would move onwards, neither is your friend. Third, as you see clearly, all are different size. Neither dwarf nor giant holds death in their insides. Fourth, the second left and the second on the right are twins once you taste them, though different at first sight.
You're an asshole. The first one you did was like this, and beforehand,
100%.
Before the episode, I said, "Tilly, do I need a notebook to be able to write some of this stuff down?" No, you'll be fine.
No, you're fine.
All right, let's go through this real quick.
So the first clue is that first thing you need to, I'll help you out, is that there's 2, 1 will take you forward, 1 will take you back, 3 will kill you, and 2 is just wine.
Wait, what? You
skipped 7 potions.
Okay, so okay, gotcha. So safety lies behind, meaning behind the desk.
Yeah.
2 will help. So 2 of them I can get and move on, I assume.
Well, 1 will move you on and 1 will move you back. We'll let you go back to the door you just came in through.
Okay, but all of the other one will not help me.
No, but 3 of them will kill you. 2 of them are just wine.
Okay.
Delicious wine.
Okay. Choose unless you wish to stay here forevermore. Yeah. Okay, so here's the clues. First, however slyly the poison tries to hide, you'll always find some on nettle wine's left side. So to the left of how many wines? 2. On the left of 2 of the wines is poison. Secondly, different are those who stand at either end, but if you would move onwards, neither is your friend. So the 2 ones on the end are not helpful.
Nope.
So that eliminates those 2. And they're different too. Third, as you see clearly, all are different size. Neither dwarf nor giant holds death in their insides. I don't know if that helps.
It definitely helps.
All are different size. So the biggest one and the little one are poison.
Mm-hmm.
So this one right here is poison. And
no, neither dwarf nor giant holds death in their insides.
Oh, so it's either the potion or the wine.
Yeah, the blue one and the tall black one are not poison.
Yep. So where's the wine one? To the left of the wine. Is it left?
Well, it doesn't necessarily say they're wine. It says they're not.
The poison is always on the nettle wine's left side.
It's not. It doesn't say the dwarf and the giant are wine. It just says they're not death.
No, I know. So, and the one on the edges are poison? Is that what we're saying? Yes?
They're just the one on those that stand either, or they're just not helpful.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right.
But if you would move onwards, so neither end will help you move forward.
The second left and the second on the right are twins once you taste them, though different.
This is an important clue.
Second left and the second on the right.
So the red and the tall black
second left
contain the same liquid. That is key. This is the one you need to get in order to figure out the whole thing.
Can we get this copied and pasted in chat? Can I?
It's pretty long. I don't think we'd be able to do the whole thing in chat.
I'm gonna try. I'm also gonna buy myself some time here.
The timer's still ticking down.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, I can't. I don't think I can.
Nope, it's not letting me. We tried. So that last one was the second left and the second on the right are twins once you taste them, and they don't hold death on the inside. So this one's
What do you think the tall red and the tall black ones are?
wine.
It's a good guess. Yep.
And then is it the left of them are not helpful?
You will always find some poison on nettle wine's left side.
Okay, so we're not green and brown are out.
Yep.
And
so
then
they're
the little one is out. I'm gonna pick the yellow one.
All right, we'll scroll on down.
Fuck. I'm scared.
So, since the giant bottle is not the poison, and is a twin, so they're the same. They're both nettle wines. That's the trick. The
Right.
twins, because there's only 2 nettle wines. They're the twins.
Yeah.
2 of the poisons, those on the left, the first and the fifth.
Which I got
The ones
that.
at each end are different, right? So since we know the first one is a poison on one end, that means the 7th one has to be something different.
Right.
And while they said neither one on end sends you forward, and we know the poison's on the left, that means the 7th one has to be the one that lets you go back through. So that leaves 2 bottles left, and we know the dwarf is not a poison, so it must be the dwarf. The 3rd one is the one that makes you move ahead.
Did I get it?
No, you said the yellow one. It's the blue one.
Oh, what? Oh, the 3rd one is poison. Damn it. I thought I was right. That was way harder than any one that I've given you.
It was Halloween themed. I don't know.
Sure. I died it.
That's all right.
We'll include this in our Discord as well, in case anybody wants to use this in their game.
Again, it's hard. It's a lot of these puzzles. They're good ones. It's hard when you're by yourself. If you had like 3 or 4 of you playing, you could kind of group work it. If nothing else, you could brute force the poisons and see who dies.
Good call, actually. Very good call. Thanks to everybody that tried to help in chat. I thought I had it. I thought I did.
Or the upside is the stuff like this. If you had someone like a monk who's immune to poisons, I think paladins they get immune to disease. But if you had a spell immune to poisons or a monk, just start drinking and see which one works.
Yeah, fair enough. Would detect poison work?
I think so. I don't know if there's a spell that does that, but probably. I mean, why not? I mean, the idea is with these puzzles, like, yeah, you could, if there's a magic way to fix it, who am I to stop you?
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is that I think there are certain DMs out there that would get almost upset that you kind of cheesed it a little bit, but Tilly's got a good Tilly's got a good approach to it, where if it's fun and cool and it makes you feel powerful, fuck yeah, do it. So that's our puzzle feature.
It's a hard one, and from Harry Potter, so thanks, Harry Potter.
You're getting 2 impossible ones next week, just so
That's
you
fair.
know.
I deserve it.
You do now, because you've given me 2 very hard ones. Our next segment is one of our favorite ones.
It's battle time.
It is a CR battle time. So every single week we take a couple monsters with the same CR, the same combat rating. We put it up to a poll for you guys, viewers, people on Twitter, anybody else that is watching and wants to contribute on our social media or Discord or anything like that, and they'll vote. And the top 2 move on, and we pit them against each other in an arena.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. There we go. So last week, for this week, sorry, it was Halloween themed. So it was a spooky CR battle of horrors. We have the Death Dog with his poisonous bites, Ghoul with paralyzing claw. It makes it easier to consume. Cute. A Maw demon. It's got high damage from his gaping hellmouth. and a specter, an incorporeal ghost looking to drain the life from you. So we'll see which ones we have result of here. And this was the most evenly spread one so far that we've had.
I was nervous. And for a while there, they were all at like 4 votes each. And I was like, crap.
Yep. We would have had to roll a 1d4 and pick 2 of them.
And this is another one. Schmoody Poo out there. He's controlling these votes here, people. So if you want to, Ma Demon had 0 votes until he got involved.
Did it really?
It went from nothing to first place.
Snooty Poo is a super PAC for himself. Yeah, so I didn't know which one. I kind of wanted the Death Dog to win because I used Death Dogs in my one shot, and then they're kind of metal. But yeah,
hey, Banner Gaming.
So the hey Banner, thanks for joining. Glad you were able to join and catch an episode. Right, so our CR battle. This week it's CR1 Halloween themed. So the 2 that moved on are the Maw Demon and Death Dog, as voted by you guys. And because I kicked Tilly's ass so hard last week,
it's my choice.
He gets to choose
me. And to be honest, this is a very even match.
Do you want to take a look at them first before you tell them what you chose?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the Maw Demon, never knew what it looked like before. Scared the absolute crap out of me when I Googled it for the episode. Yeah, this thing.
It is a giant mouth with legs and arms.
You wouldn't want to get close to it. That's for damn sure.
No. And for a CR1 creature, this is very, like I said, that instant death rule when it comes in D&D. At CR1, this is one of those creatures that could invoke that rule. This doesn't have multi-attack, but it's 1 bite attack. Does a 2d8 plus 2 piercing damage.
Oh, I've got the stat block up here. Hold
on. If this thing hits, it lays some hurt.
Yeah, it does a ton of fucking damage. So
and the crazy thing, it has that rampage. So if it reduces someone to 0 hit points, it can use its bonus action to move half its speed and attack again.
I don't like that.
So if you put this, a CR1 would be a hard fight, for a level 1, level 2. So it's not like one of these against party of 4 level 1, level 2 characters is well within bounds, and this thing could very easily be a wipe.
I think this would just scare the crap out of me anyway, even as a level 10 character.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, a bunch of these together would be tricky for sure. They have the hit points, 33 hit points. They're probably not dying in 1 hit.
No, that's true. I'm gonna lean out and give that a kiss. So the other one is a Death Dog, which again is metal as hell. I love it. Just
cool.
A 2-headed dog, assumedly straight from hell, maybe.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah. So it has advantage on a couple things there, a couple saving throws. It has a shit ton of health too. I think it has more health.
It has more health, but 1 lower AC than the Mahdi.
Right, and it has 2 bite attacks because of the fact that it has 2 mouths. Right?
Yeah.
So, but the other cool thing is, it's not just a bite attack. If the target is a creature, I guess not a monstrosity or something like that, or no,
all targets are creatures. It's just if you're not biting like a door.
Oh, I thought it meant not a construct or something.
I would say it could be. To me, a creature is anything.
Right.
But I guess most constructs tend to be immune to poison anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Oh,
woohoo!
Thanks for the cheer banner. Whoa.
Holy cow! Hold on 1 second because our alerts are turned off on this side, so we got to throw that alert up. Let's pop on over to the scene, and fire up that alert. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Thank you very much, Banner Gamer. We appreciate you popping in and sharing rewards with everybody. Cheers indeed. Cheers for everybody. Everybody spam those emotes that you guys got and show them what we got in here.
Show Banner Gaming some love.
Yeah, for sure, because we certainly love him. After the episode last week, we popped over and watched his stream and had a ton of fun sitting there and having a drink with him as well. So if you guys are looking for more similar, like-minded people, by all means, go ahead and give him a follow because he streams some pretty fun stuff too. Let us know. We're gonna pop onto the CR battle, but let us know in chat how that Halloween giveaways or the goal or something, what you guys are doing over there. I've been paying attention in your Discord, but let everybody know how that's going. All right, back to our Death Dog.
Death Dog. So the thing here is this one is the bite is pretty neat. This is if you succeed at DC 12, which is, I mean, it's not a hard save to succeed against. It's not easy either. You become poisoned until the disease is cured, which means you're at disadvantage on all your attacks. And every 24 hours that elapse, you have to repeat the saving throw, and it reduces your hit point maximum by 5.
On a failure.
Well, 1d10 on a failure.
Mm-hmm. And it lasts until the disease is cured. So like
until the disease is cured, yeah, or it kills you. So that's a big deal. It won't have any effect in this fight, but it's a cool thing. I mean, the poisoned will certainly have an effect in this fight, but the 1d10 damage will not, because it has to be 24 hours later, unless we want to skip ahead. How many turns would 24 hours be? A lot.
I don't know, but I'm entirely okay taking a long rest after every turn just for that. Yeah, it's an ugly two-headed hound that roams plains, deserts. Hate burns in a death dog's heart. Taste for humanoid flesh drives it to attack travelers and explorers. Death dog saliva carries a foul disease that causes the victim's flesh to slowly rot off the bone.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but like this thing though, right? Like
it's crazy. Whoop whoop, 1 bit. Thanks, Aaron, my love.
I gotta turn on alerts on this scene. It seems like we always get the alerts on this scene.
That's true. So where I lost last week, very unceremoniously, via thrown rock.
Oh my god! For anybody that wants to watch an epic battle of very non-epic proportions, and I mean that really. I had a melee character, and he had a flying creature, so all he had to do was just fly up, and the only thing that I could do, thanks to chat, was reach down and grab a rock and try and throw it, and just the way that the rolls went, I ended up taking him down.
Don't ever give up, folks, in your battles.
What was it? I was in animated armor, and
I was a quadrone.
A quadrone. So we are going to pop on over to
the battle. This is our you can see our winner losers there. Paul, you're catching up. Look at you go.
I know.
Is tonight the night you're going to tie it up?
I don't know. We'll see. 3-2, is it?
3-2.
3-2.
Let's see if my mouse decides to be nice and let me haul us over. Oh, almost. Not quite. Wrong one. Well, here we go.
There we go. So we do have a Halloween-themed battle map here today, which is, I think, is super epic. And look at you. You actually found the proper tokens. This is the first time I'm seeing this along with you guys. But where did you find this?
The battle map is from Zoe, Z-O-V-Y-A. No, Zovia. RPG.com. This is a free map he had up. I mean, this is from a couple years ago on Reddit. So it's pretty cool. He has a bunch of other really cool maps, though, if you want to go check him out.
For sure, yeah. I'll toss the link in the Discord, or sorry, in the chat, and we will have it in the, for anybody who's watching this on the YouTube channel afterwards, we will have the link in the doobly-doo there for you. You can go check him out, give him some upvotes, give him some karma, give him some love. All right.
So as you can see, I picked the Ma Demon.
You did, yeah.
Because I'm going for that big damage hits.
I just gotta zoom in on this. That's really, really good, that token. I'm happy with that. And then the Death Dog has 2 heads too. I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. For those of you that have not seen this before, we are playing on Roll20. It's free to use, does have some paid features that are worth paying for. They are pretty cool. They did not sponsor this episode. We've just used it in our home games sometimes. especially during the COVID and when we have had to play from home. So do you want to get into it?
Oh, let's do this. Time to roll some initiative.
Roll some initiative. Oh, I need to get my dice roller out. Advanced dice roller. Here we go.
All right. Ma Demon has a -1 dexterity though, so this ain't gonna go well.
No, it's not. And, the Death Dog has a +2 dexterity.
1d20 -1.
That's a
Did
5
I roll
to
twice
initiative.
again.
You did roll twice again. Well done.
Why did it roll twice? All
I
right,
don't
roll
know.
the bottom one. 5.
I should be able to beat it unless I roll a 6 or 7. I rolled an 11, so I go first.
Whoa!
Holy shit!
Thanks,
Holy
Clisto.
shit! No, I want to play those. Hold up, because that's fun. Because we have some cool alerts. There we go.
Whoop whoop.
Thank you very much for that gifted sub, and Triforce is it got it? Congratulations on your sub. Hell yeah. We love you, Callisto.
You're the bomb.
All right, so I go first.
You're up first, man.
And
what are you going to do?
So the only thing I can do is just like charge at you and kind of bite you. That's or bite you twice. So what's my movement? I bet you put this in your favor again, didn't you? See, the Tilly picks all the battle maps, so he 100% chooses them to give him advantage. So that gives us 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Look at him, allowing me to get up in his face.
You have higher movement than I do. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just used
to
you.
If anything, I should have put me further away to give you the advantage.
Yeah, I'm just used to you stacking it in your favor. So what's my hit? +4 to hit. Sorry, my bad. So it's a D20 +4. Let's see, do I hit? 23. I think it does, sir.
Yeah, obviously.
Do I do 2 of them at the same time or just the one?
Well, you can. It's up to you. You can roll twice and then just roll your damage twice.
Okay. And the second one does not hit.
7 misses.
Oh, boo. So the first one does, and that is a D6 +2, yes?
D6 +2. And I have to make a DC 12 con save after you're done there.
All right. 5 damage to you, sir.
Ooh. -5. I'm going to roll.
You did -5 to me, you motherfucker.
No, I'm the mod even. Did I? Oh, look at that. Sorry.
I'm going to go over on this side so you don't do that every time.
Put your 5 health back.
Thank you. I'll go on the sideways. Oh, you got to make me do it. All right, fine. Cool.
There you go. 5 health back. All right, a nat 20 for my
seriously.
What? Christopher days.
For the fans of the channel that continually join us and watch, you all know what we do when anybody rolls a nat 20.
We drink.
But first, we drink. All right.
Paul. Are you ready?
No.
Because that big gaping maw is gonna specifically target that one head that managed to get a bite in.
Oh no.
For a 1d20 +4 to hit with its 5-foot reach. Come on. Does a 13 hit?
It does because my AC is 12.
Oh, yes. I was like, it's pretty low.
Wait, now what did you roll the first one for?
The first one was the con save.
Oh, I thought you critted on me.
No. The first one was for the con save.
Gotcha.
So
I got scared for a minute.
No, that would have been epic though. So this does 2d8. It only gets 1 hit plus 2 piercing damage. Oh, those are pretty good rolls. 12 damage to you, sir. And I take a chunk out of that death dog's head.
Damn it. 12 damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool thing about Roll20 is you can just type in minus whatever your damage is on your health bar, and it just does the math for you. Because head math is hard sometimes. All right, my turn,
And
is it?
I'm gonna circle around you because,
Because you just want to make me friggin' turn and rotate here, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do a little 120, or sorry, a d20 roll. Wait, no, where's my last roll? There we go. 1d20 plus 4. Reroll that to hit, sir. 19.
Oh yeah, that hits. You gonna roll a second attack now, or you want to wait?
Yeah, I'll roll them both at the same time.
Oh! Oh no! Oh no! But cheers.
You know what that
20
means.
on the hit. Oh man.
Cheers,
Oh,
cheers to the nat
man.
20. So, we roll way better in our roll 20.
Oh
game.
yeah. All our games are moving online after this.
Yeah,
My
100%.
dice suck.
So that means that I roll
So do your first attack first. So 1d6 plus 2, plus 4, whatever it is.
1d6 plus 2, and then the second one I'll double my dice to be 2d6 plus 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1d6 plus 2 for the first attack. The left head reaches out at you and snaps at whatever the hell you are.
I don't like it.
And it does 5 damage.
Oh, still.
And the other one that got super
Come
stoked
on.
and powerful and
Snake eyes. Snake eyes.
snake eyes reaches out and chomps at the same side that he's on. And it's a 6 on one dice and a 1 on the other. Max damage and the least amount of damage. So I'll take it. So a 5 and a 9, sir.
Still, I mean, you got me below half HP now. So,
I'll take it.
and what do you want to do now? Do you want to move?
Just for fun, I'll circle around you
All right, fine then.
and I'll end my turn.
You circle around. I'm going to move and fight. Okay. All right. Okay. Come on, Ma Demon. Ma Demon not happy about that. Ma Demon very angry. Ma Demon talks in third person,
Well, apparently.
first person, and Ma Demon bites the dog, death dog, in the neck. Oh, come on now. Don't make this weird.
Hold up, we didn't ask.
Oh!
Not a
What?
20. Wasn't a 20.
No. For a
we
second, I was excited.
didn't ask chat who they thought was going to win. I suppose we can do it now. We can take votes for who people think is going to win, even though we're halfway through the battle. Continue your turn, sir.
Well, I'm assuming a 23 hits.
A 23 does hit my AC.
And the
12.
gaping maw, I mean, this thing can basically fit the whole death dog in its mouth in one shot. And for one massive hit, oh, not so
8 damage.
great. 8 damage. Oh, that was lackluster.
It was a little lackluster, 100%.
Crap.
Where am I? This one, -8.
I don't like it.
We're both at, well, a little bit more, but we're both at half health.
Oh, I forgot to roll my con saves for your 2 hits too.
Oh shit, go ahead.
Reroll. Oh, that's a fail. But you know what the upside is to being a mod demon?
What's that?
I'm immune to poison.
Oh, son of a bitch. So it doesn't matter anyway.
Womp womp.
You chose this, didn't you, for a reason?
I didn't know.
I don't know. You're hacks.
You're winning.
I don't believe it. I don't trust it ever. All right. So I will take a swing at you. Are you going to end your turn?
I'm done.
You're not going to continue this dance?
Yeah, okay, let's continue that dance. I'm going to go here. We may be scary creatures of hell, but we're scared of being in this cemetery.
But we know how to waltz at the very least. All right. So roll to hit. Come on, give me another crit, baby. I need another crit. I have to become tied in this
Miss.
Sierra Monster Battles.
Miss.
And oh,
that's a miss.
That's a miss.
That's a bite and a miss.
Yeah, lucky for me, I got multi-attack because I got 2 heads, boy.
Ah, come on.
Oh, I got excited because I saw 20. So 16 plus 4 is a 20.
That hits.
That hits.
Beats my 13 AC for sure.
So the first one just snaps away and hurts itself because he bites his own tongue, and that hurts when you do it. So the second one reaches out to the other side of the Maw Demon and sinks its teeth in and does 1d6 plus 2 damage. 5. I'll take it. You're in single digits now, boy.
I am in single digits now.
Single
Hold on, why
digit?
is my little circle not coming up? There it is.
Oh, opportunity attack.
I didn't move.
You
I
just
was trying to
moved.
get my circle to come up.
You just moved.
My circle wasn't coming up.
Whatever. I don't believe it. I call it hacks.
It's not my turn anyway. I'm not allowed to move.
All right. I haven't ended my turn yet. I'm not even facing you. What a poor role player I am. I will continue
Awful.
this dance of demons. We call it
This
that.
dance of bitey things apparently was what we should call this fight.
We should have, yeah.
The bitey fight.
That's right. All right. I end
All
my
right.
turn, sir.
All right. Whew. I really need this to hit. The gaping maw, as you're waltzing around, takes a snap at your rump,
Oh, my butt.
your butt.
I will turn around so you can bite my butt.
Oh, does a 12 hit?
Oh, my AC is 12.
Yeah, just hits. Just hits.
You bit the puppy butt.
Puppy butt. Oh, that's a big hit.
Oh.
14 damage.
Jeez.
The Maw Demon finally getting out a big hit.
Oh,
That's
my
what we all
goodness.
came here to see, folks.
That's not what I came here to see.
Why did it roll twice?
I don't know.
Okay, go with the second one. I don't know what's up with the first one.
All right.
Although if you went with the first one, this would be like over.
Yeah. The death dog whimpers as there's a big chomp out of his butt. He turns around ferocious, ready to roll.
Oh no, hold on. I'm gonna move. Dun, 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 dun.
He's
That's how a Maw Demon walks, by the way. Dun, 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 dun.
Totally. You're almost out of the cemetery now.
Oh, we're getting there.
Yeah. So he spins around, and he's entirely ready to roll a crit. And if I hit you twice, I should kill you
Oh, this is terrible.
because it's +2/+2.
Maw
And-
Demon totally scuttles like a crab. Dark Mist Gaming.
100%. Without a doubt.
100% scuttles like a crab.
Are you ready for the nat 20?
No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Come on. Bring your worst.
Oh, 15.
Oh, but that hits though.
You ready for the nat 20 on the second head
No.
bite?
No. That one. That one.
They both hit 15 and 18.
Oh, shit.
Guess what, boy?
Come on.
So the least I could do is 3 damage on
6
one,
damage.
3 and 6. Yeah, so 6 damage.
Oh, come on. Roll low. Roll low. Roll low. Oh, Banner Gaming. Thanks for the big cheer.
25 emotes shared. You
What?
legend, you.
2,000 bits.
You, sir, are an absolute legend. We appreciate you. We love you. We are going to be raiding your channel the next time you guys are live, without a doubt. Okay, so I'm going to assume that was... I'm going to take that as a bet on the death dog right now.
Oh, you would. You would. Come on. Roll crap.
1d6 + 2 for the first roll.
Oh.
You toast, bud. You're done.
Shit. Okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead and roll again.
You're done. You're done. No. Go down. There you go. 1 health left. Let's do it. 1d6 + 2. Let's roll it again. And the same roll twice. I did max damage both times, sir. Booyah.
The Maw Demon in a flash. The weirdest high-pitched scream you've ever heard in your life. Just gushes dark, viscous blood.
As the
Falls
death
to the
dog
ground,
jumps and
unconscious.
pounces on top of him, and both heads pulls both sides of that Maw Demon apart and splits it in two.
Oh, man.
Yes. For those of you,
Congratulations.
thank you, sir. For those of you that have watched the previous ones of the previous episodes, this means that we are now tied. Tilly went 3-0 for the first 3, and I've gone 3-0 for the last 3.
Yeah,
You want to bring us over and update our
I will.
score
I
sheet?
suppose. Oh, come on. I need a new mouse.
I generally
Nope.
don't. Wrong one.
My
I
mouse likes to just stop clicking, even though I'm clicking.
Yeah, you need a new one. All right,
It's
let's set it up here.
pace.
Show me my wins. I love that I get to force you to do this. Even though you hate it.
Congratulations, sir. You've tied it up.
Thank you. 3-3. Now the pressure's off for next game.
Woo. Thanks for the cheer, Aaron. Getting those emotes in chat.
100%. Man, so many emotes in chat right now. We got some to do here. This is one. Thank you, Aaron, for those cheers, those bits. Thank you so very much to Banor Gaming as well for everything that he's done for this channel. We appreciate you. With the big 2,000, I think that's our biggest cheer that we've gotten so far.
I think so.
I think so indeed. At a perfectly epic moment as well, mind you. Which made that moment even more epic. And Aaron coming in with the big one too. Look at that. Thank you very much for the cheers, folks.
Thank you very much indeed.
Man, there's so many emotes in this chat right now. That is so fun. Shared rewards at 24. You guys shared 25 emotes? Oh my god. That is super cool.
That is super cool.
It's a lot of fun. I'm seeing these all for the first time now. This is cool. I was trying to focus, keep my head in the game here. Make sure that I was able to win. Bring out an epic victory. So,
all I know is Schmoody Poo, if you're still in chat, I'm not going with your choice ever again. Because I think I've done that the last 3 times and I've lost.
Maybe he's
No, that's not true. He wanted the pterodon. He wanted the pterodon.
He's a sleeper agent for me.
Maybe. Schmoody Poo.
All right, so next week, what do we have on deck for next week?
Next week, we are finally putting some dragons in our dungeons.
Some dragons in our dungeons.
And we're going to do a CR2 Dragon Wormling battle. Not all Dragon Wormlings are created equal. So these are the select few of the CR2 ones. The Black Dragon Wormling does acid damage. It's also evil AF. The Bronze Dragon Wormling does lightning damage and is a metallic dragon, therefore good. The Green Dragon Wormling does poison damage, also evil as all hell. And the Silver Dragon Wormling does cold damage. So dragons they all have flight. They all have breath weapons of different sorts. They do their element, plus it'd be either in a cone or in a straight line. Change it up. The big thing this fight, it's going to be a bit of RNG, I think, because when a dragon uses its breath weapon, it has to roll a d6 to see if it can use it again on each turn. So there's a chance that like one person could get lucky and knock the other one out of the sky. We'll see.
Oh, this could be fun. All right, so
it could be fun.
I got the link here in chat right now. You guys can go ahead and vote on that. It will be open until just before next week's episode. So the
usually around 3:30 Eastern time. I kind of have to close it.
Yeah, because we had to prepare for it, obviously.
I have to get the tokens ready.
That's right. That was not done by chance tonight. We didn't just have everything set up in random.
I wish there was a content fairy.
That's right. Your options are Wormlings, CR2 baby dragons. They are black, bronze, green, and silver.
Too good, too evil.
Too good, too evil. I love it.
Well, that's how they work. Chromatic dragons in D&D, just so everyone knows, the black, green, white, blue, and red are typically evil dragons in Dungeons & Dragons. Bronze, silver, copper, gold. There's another one. Another metal.
Chromatic ones, yeah? No, sorry,
and they're metallic ones, yeah. And they're typically good dragons. Not that they won't eat you, because they're still dragons.
Yeah, that's right. All right, I want to see what the results are here.
Platinum's the god, though, I think. I don't think there's platinum dragons normally. I could be wrong, though. You could be right, Aaron.
Guys, we got a 3-way tie here already.
Already. Make sure you vote.
Make sure you vote. It makes it more fun for us, and you guys get to see what you want to see. But like I said, we will be doing, we'll be firing that out on our Discord and on our social media accounts as well this week. in case you missed it or in case you can't do it right now. So, is that everything so far?
I think I'm Googling what the metallic dragons are because it's going to kill me.
Okay. All right. We'll hold on for that.
Just because it's just one of those, those things where like you don't know the answer, then it's just going to be in my brain.
Right.
I'm going to be lying in bed being like,
you'll wake up in the middle of the night screaming about dragons.
Screaming about dragons is right.
So we are going to stick around for our after show. It's Hops and Dragons After Hours, just like any good bar. We keep serving up the goodness after we close. But this is the end of the episode right now. We're going to go through some chat. There were some great questions in chat. We're going to answer them. After Hours has slowly become one of our favorite parts of this whole stream episode because we get to chat with you guys. We get to be able to answer the questions, and there's a absolute ton of fun questions there tonight that we get to go through. So, ooh.
By the way, it's gold, silver, brass, bronze, and copper. Whoop whoop.
More cheers. It's so fun when we see those pop up. Thank you very much, Aaron. So I'm watching the votes come in here as we see, and it's cool because this updates live as I watch it, which is fun. But unless you had anything else to say, we're gonna move on to the after hours portion of our show.
Yeah, so everybody, thanks for listening.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for cheering. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for following. We had all those tonight, which is great. Thanks to Banner for hopping in as well. And thanks for Aaron for those cheers too. We love you. We appreciate you. Please don't go anywhere. We are going to stick around. And like I said...
But we're going to do our outro first, so it's recorded when we go to do this, right?
We are, 100%.
For
anybody that hasn't seen it
Paul
yet...
missing his cue.
I didn't know. No. Oh shit! Thanks for listening. Here's my cue. God damn it!
100%.
We do this every week and we can't get it straight.
Every week, can't get it straight.
Anyway, so like I was saying, God damn it! Make sure you follow us at Hops and Dragons. You can follow us here on Twitch. If you haven't followed us already, please just hit the like button. It costs nothing to do, and you'll see the next time we go live. We stream every single Thursday with new episodes, just like this tonight. We can go through all the different segments. We do try to stream on Sundays as well. Those Sundays are usually gameplay nights. We don't have a prepared episode, but right now we are streaming Baldur's Gate 3, which is a D&D 5th edition based game, and it's tons of fun so far.
So dope.
It is. We missed last week, so we're excited to get back into it again this week.
And there was a big update came out yesterday. It was size-wise, it was like 4 gigabytes or something crazy.
Hopefully, lots less glitches.
Hopefully.
So we're though. Sorry, I didn't say the time. Yeah, so Thursdays, new episodes. Sundays, gameplay for Baldur's Gate 3. Both of those are at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. We run around up until around right now, and then do the after show for 30, 45, 60 minutes afterwards, depending on the chat and who's sticking around in there. So like I said, you can give us a follow here on Twitch, on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can join our Discord. We're all over the place. You can get a hold of us anywhere. And I think that's it. Also, if you guys have... not yet. If you guys do something that I didn't know until I started doing this, if you guys have a Amazon Prime subscription, you do get a free Twitch subscription every single month. If you're not using it, consider tossing it our way. It helps the channel. It helps us do this. It helps us not have super laggy streams as well. Thank you very much for the follow. I can't pronounce that name.
No, I see John at the end.
Yeah.
Thanks, John.
Appreciate
John, you. Your name is amazing, but I can't. I can't.
Scissor. I like it.
It would be offensive.
It would be 100%. Thanks for the follow. We appreciate you. So give us a follow if you guys want to keep in touch with us and know when the next time we go live.
Yeah, and as always, don't forget to drink responsibly.
And may all your rolls be not 20s.
Cheers.
Cheers. And I still have beer left. I never have beer left at the end of the episodes.
I know. I'm out. I'm also out of water too.